This is where we left off with this Fallout 4 computer terminal. And I'm going to just go on and finish the modeling because there's really not much left to do in modeling. There are some details to do in Substance Painter, like any of those cut-in things. Like, for example, there's a line here, and I may have some other sort of lines there and some lines up top. I'm going to do that in Substance Painter. So as far as the modeling goes, we've got something to do right over here. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab this, Shift-D, pull it out, scale it down. I often do it this way, don't I? Just so that I can make this a little easier. I'm looking from the front. I don't know if last time I had rotated my models, but my models are now facing the front. My model, I say models because that's an instance model there. E to extrude, and I'm going to pull that out. There's something like a webcam here. And it's a really simple structure. It's just like a rectangle. So I'll go ahead and do that with a circle in it. I just want to make it as big as I can, given the limited amount of space. I'm going to extrude back and delete that face. I've still got some modifiers on here, so that's fine. No. And I'm going to grab these edges. I'll have to flip the polys in a second. I'll do that. I'm going to bevel these with my usual 5. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And the top I'll bevel with just 3. Let's take that and recalculate. There we go, like that. So there's that piece, and then I need to bring my 3D cursor around there. There's like a cylinder, so I'm going to actually, let's see, I might just have it resting on top and nothing else. I don't know if I want to cut through. Maybe I will. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll cut through that using that. Let's get this as big as I can within reason. Yeah, right about there. Okay. So, yeah, I've got that weighted normals on there. All right, I'll do Boolean. I'll bring it up and do that. Let's see, I'm just going to hide that. See, I have a hole. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those edges and bevel them. I'll put another couple in there. I'm not worried about the number of polys. I'll bring that back. Let's get rid of that. And just scale that a bit. And take this and push it down. And then bevel. I don't mind having a few segments shade smooth. Do it like that. Let's just look at that for a second and get rid of that back. Maybe pull it up a little bit. Just like that. So that has that and that. I'm going to join those. All right. We're ready to go. Let's see if I switch this to normal. Can I just use that to push it back? Not quite. Okay, so we'll have a look here and we'll rotate this. All right. Oh. Get rid of that. And what I'll do is I'll just move this into this terminal collection and it'll show up on that one. Sometimes I just like having a couple. All right, so that is going to be there. Now let's get a few more bolts going right now. In fact, maybe I can come in here. Is that too many to use? I'm not too worried about polys, so I may just take that. Okay, that's good for the moment. And now we're going to do, let's do the little thing on the front here. What do I want? Shift D, duplicate, pull that out. And scale it. Break it out. Like a little plaque type thing on the front. Okay, I want 5 here. And 3 here. Just over on the side a little bit. About there. And before I do anything else, I think I will take this piece, Shift D, pull it out. I'll break it out. And I'll go into edit mode and grab these, pull them in. I'm just going to do like a square, a little bit smaller over here, back, delete, and touch down there, bevel this top with 3. Maybe it's a bit long, like that. I'm going to join those, and yeah, everything should be fine. Let's look from the side and rotate it into place. Is that on the other one as well? Yes, it is. I see it there. Okay, that's good. So we're going to keep going. All right, so what do I got? The I got this written down as webcam. We got some bolts. I do need a couple more bolts. I've got that. Plaques. Oh yeah, there's one on the back I wanted to put as well. I was thinking down here, or was it on there? Let's see. I'm just going to take an edge like I often like to do. Shift D. Scale it. Break it out. I'll look from the actual back. Just like this. Very simple stuff. It's probably boring to watch, but we'll get the modeling done, I think, in this video. And in the next video, we can unwrap and start texturing this guy. There. Okay. Maybe around there. Okay. Just to have something. Good. So that, and really the last thing that I'm going to do in modeling is the keyboard. And the way I'm going to do that is I know I'm going to be doing it in this area here. I'm going to bring my cursor there, and I'm going to bring in a plane. And I'll make it out of this plane. I'll show you one quick way that you can do a keyboard. Not too exact or anything, but I think it would do the job. I hope. I'm going to scale that out in the X a little bit more. I'll do it about there, and then we'll rotate the keys. I'm going to bring an edge loop down because I'm going to do some buttons here that are going to be like vertical. So I'm just thinking of their width. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll up my mouse. Let's see. Just looking at those other buttons. If I use 2, if I do that, I don't want too many. 1, 2, leave a space, and 2. No, I'm going to do it like that. Let's try that. And let's bring an edge down here. where we can, and we'll just, I don't need to delete this stuff now, but I will, just so I can think a little bit better. Get rid of that, and I'll build a button out of a couple of these, and we'll see. This is the one I want to focus on. I'm just going to roll my mouse up a few times and pretty much get squares like that. And maybe what we'll do is, let's see, if I get rid of that edge, and then I'm going to be doing an inset, I'll get a button that size. How about if I get rid of that face as well? And I'll get rid of that edge there. And I think I need to move these just for now. And up. And did I get rid of the faces on here? I may have. So we'll just put that face back for now. All right. So I'm going to select the whole thing. You can do all kinds of things at this point, but I'm just going to press I twice, I, and then pull in like that. And then extrude up like this. And I'm going to switch to individual origins and S to scale, just because I want that effect a little bit. And press 3 for face selection, so the faces are selected. Control plus to grow my selection so I have all my buttons. And I'm going to get rid of the other stuff, so I'm going to press Control I to invert the selection and X faces. And I now have this. I'm going to Alt N, recalculate outside. And now what I can do is just join a bunch of these if I want to do that. So for example, maybe I want like a space bar. Maybe I'll put like 3 keys, and I'll Control L and X vertices, get rid of the odd one. Maybe I'll have 2 on that side, and then it could be a long space bar. But anyways, the way you could join them is just like this. Here, I'll do one here. Select that face and select that face and Control E, bridge edge loops, and then essentially what you're going to do is go through this and dissolve edges. In fact, let's just focus on that. So now you have that key there, and it doesn't have to look like the real thing exactly. I'm going to come in here, and I think I'll get rid of another one so that there's not too many. And then let's try that and see what that would look like. So I'm going to join those, Control E, bridge edge loops, and then just go through selecting the adjacent faces, and then we'll have a look. Okay, I'll go with at least one more. Maybe I'll leave that key there beside it. Let's start getting rid of these, and then we'll see what we're thinking of as a space bar. I don't think that looks good with that one there, so I think I'm going to get rid of that one. Can have some of those there. Could even get rid of, maybe something like, yeah, okay, we'll get rid of that one. And let's do another 2 here, maybe. Just make it up. Not that. Control E, bridge edge loops, and then dissolve edges. We got another 2 there. And I'll get rid of this one. Okay, that kind of a thing. I'm just thinking that I might want to actually just take that out. And it does not have, I mean, you can snap it if you wanted to. Here, I'll go back to median point. I could use that and then bring it up and then just sort of snap it to that, and then, okay, now it's in place. Just this idea, I think that's what I'll just go for, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to select that again and select similar coplanar. And let's try just a manual bevel here, Control B, pull, something like that. And that's probably good enough if I shade smooth and add weighted normal. Normal's auto smooth. And if not, I can always add a bevel up here just to do that. So I still get the bevel effect. That's good enough, I think. So at this point, I'm going to take these and start trying to position them. I just thought I saw some extra edges. I'm seeing things. Okay, in wireframe. And I may scale these in the, I don't want to do that. I'll scale them in the Z and normal, just to make them a little bit bigger, a little bit more prominent. And I will have this effect. And now they sink in a little bit. I could cut into this, but I think that's going to be fine for what I want to do here. And then maybe in Substance Painter, I can put a few details here and there. So what I think I'll do is take one of these bolts. I got that one selected still. Let's go with this. Let's Shift D and pull that out. Just another little detail I can draw an edge through, and still maybe put like a couple of other little details there. And I'm going to put some details here and on top and here and there. And so I got my keyboard in there. And I think I've got everything that I need at this point. And then look over here. Okay, it's not all in there, so let's see if I grab all of this. Let's see, let's hide that for the moment. Grab all of that and move into the terminal. Let's unhide that. Let's see if I get everything. There we go. So that is my model. And what I need to do is decide on some materials. I mean, there's the UDIM method of doing this. There's doing it all in one UV, or having different material. Well, there's other ways too. Having different materials, and that way I can use, like, for example, if I have, say, one material for the keys, then that will be one UV map. It'll make one texture set in Substance Painter. I'm going to select everything, merge by distance. I just got rid of a whole bunch of vertices. So we've got to be doing that stuff, making sure. All right. And these, I want to have a look. Sometimes I don't need that. I think I'm going to leave that off. And leave that on. Yeah, everything else is good. Now on this, yeah, I do have that piece there, like I said I was going to need, potentially. That is going to be the model, so I'm curious what is the final. Well, you know, it's 20,000. Now, I could have easily done this without a subdivision here and with less of a bevel there, even less of a bevel on these. You could, you know, whatever, you figure it out. Now, I have an issue here, as you can see. Let's turn off shadows. Sometimes the shadows will give you a weird effect. And I will find out when I do a practice if that is going to be a problem, in which case I will fix it. I have no problem with doing that. All right, well, that is our base model, and in the next video we are going to be unwrapping this. We're going to use a lot of Smart UV Project, and we're going to do a test, and then we're going to know whether or not it's working for our purposes, because Smart UV Project can do a great job. It won't do a great job if you need to be very specific with some of your textures. but it should be fine for us for creating a grungy, plasticky kind of model. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll be back very soon, moving on to part 3. Thanks for watching.